Welcome to the Bamgboshe Happy Hour. I am Paige Bamgboshe.
Hi everyone, and I'm Naomi Bamgboshe.
And this is a Bamgboshe Happy Hour film and TV edition. How are you, Mom? What's up?
Oh, wonderful, sweetie. Everything is great on my end. Enjoying this lovely summer weather, and everything is going beautifully, sweetie. How about with you?
Everything is going well. We're heading into the 4th of July weekend.
Can you believe it's upon us already?
I know. So I need to be, excited because we're going out of town and celebrating one of my husband's good friends' nuptials. So that should be nice. But I think that we need to celebrate Pride because the month is almost over.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And the big parade, and here in Dallas, they had a parade, I think maybe like 2 weeks ago. But in New York, the parade is Sunday.
All right.
So,
Is it going to be televised?
Parts of it will be, of course.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. We will be tuning in. And we just want to say continue. Long life, health, wealth, prosperity, happiness, everything to our LGBTQIA family, okay?
Right.
Community,
yeah.
Salud.
Ooh. Oh boy. Okay. Right, so let's get down to business. We like to get started with some sports. The NBA draft was just held this past Wednesday. And the Mavericks, of course, they landed a generational prospect. We'll see. Cooper Flagg, we'll see how he fits in with the team because...
Oh, my goodness. They have such heavy expectations for this guy.
I know.
For this young man.
I know. Let's see, Mom.
Yeah.
He's only 18, so...
Oh, my goodness.
The Spurs, they, grabbed Dylan Harper and Carter Bryant. Really good. The Hornets, they drafted this gentleman named Con Nuppel, I think is his name, and also a good pick for them. The Wizards, Trey Johnson. The Hawks, Aston Noel, and the Heat actually did well. Now, a lot of people question the Blazers. What are they doing? They drafted Yang Hansen. We don't know. The Knicks didn't do much at all, which we know the Knicks need to do something. The Clippers, not good. And then the Nets haven't been relevant for a while. Now we know that the Rockets did not participate because of Kevin Durant, because they acquired Kevin Durant a few days ago. So they should be in good shape.
Okay.
Let's see how everything turns out, because we just don't know. A lot of times, these number one picks aren't always all they're cracked up to be. You just never know.
Yeah, you can say that again. And it really just sort of it bothers me. I mean, I understand it's a wonderful opportunity, but when these teams have such high expectations and just sort of put all their eggs in one basket, and there's just so much pressure on these young guys when they come into the team, a lot of them are not going to teams that are already strong. A lot of them, we know they're supposed to contribute, but some of them it's like, this is it, this is the great hope, white or black. They used to always say the great white hope, but it could be any color hope, anything, and it's just a lot. And I just want to say good luck. I know they get a lot of money, but these guys are young. It's a whole lot for them to deal with. Some of them right out of high school, and so it's a lot. But anyway, good luck to all the guys, and good luck to all the teams.
Well, yeah, Cooper was a one and done, so we'll see what happens with him.
Yeah.
Okay. Something cool we've been mentioning. Wimbledon is starting on Monday. I'm really excited to see. Coco, even excited to see Sabalenka. We're excited to see what's his name, Shelton, Madison Keys, Piolini. What's going to happen with Sinner and Alcaraz? Who's going to win?
Oh yeah! Oh my goodness! Because that was a battle royale that they had at Roland Garros.
Yeah.
Oh, the French Open was a monster. That was some of the best tennis I've ever seen.
And that made you like Alcaraz a little bit better.
Well, not just that match. I started to like him a little better when I saw that he was so supportive of Coco, one of the first people to reach out and congratulate her. So I really did like that. And then when he just battled, because he was down the first set or two, Sinner was, pretty dominant.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, flipped the script. He pulled himself up.
Yeah.
He pulled himself out of that hole and went on to win. And Sinner was no joke. They were playing each other down. Right. That was, like I said, it was a battle royale. I enjoyed it so much. I think the match was like over 5 hours.
It was pretty long.
It was huge. It was one of the longest matches in history.
Right.
I don't know if it was the longest, but one of the longest for sure. It was an absolute marathon. And it was great. I really enjoyed it.
One of my bucket lists, is to one day attend a tennis match out of the country. I have attended, the U.S. Open, but out of the country, that would be really cool.
Oh yeah, wonderful.
So we'll see.
Wonderful.
Anyway,
so good luck to.
Good luck. I'm sorry, I just thought about it.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful. Good luck to all the guys coming up for Wimbledon, and we're all just excited, and we wish everyone well.
And also, guys, if you haven't seen it, I just shared it with Ma not too long ago, the video with Coco and Sabalenka doing their little dance on TikTok, just letting everybody know everything is all good between them, no hard feelings. Sabalenka showed her behind because she was a sore loser. But I don't think that Sabalenka is a bad person at all. I think she just was embarrassed how poorly she played and was a sore loser.
I'm with you 100%, daughter. I do not think she was trying to be racist or doing any of this, kind of thing. I think she was angry with herself, and I think she was ashamed that she really just didn't settle in and control her emotions.
Right.
And I think that's what happened, because that is often the case with Sabalenka. Sabalenka is a beast of a player. She is a monster, but she has got to get her emotions under control and keep her head in the game. And let me tell you, baby, that's where Coco had the advantage over her.
And Coco has always carried herself that way.
And Coco,
even if she hasn't played up to the level that she's capable of, her emotions have always seemed to be intact.
Coco has shown great maturity and self-control, and that is all important in anything you do in life. So continued good luck to both of the young ladies. Good luck.
Okay, so that was a short sports segment. We're going to move on to...
Oh, thank you, daughter, for that sports update. We all appreciate it.
So we're going to move on to the closing arguments in the Diddy trial. Just kind of a couple of core themes of the rebuttal. We know victim-blaming accusations. Comey criticized the defense for blaming the victims and the government instead of addressing Combs' actions. She emphasized the case is about how Combs refused to accept no and use power to control women. Some of the inner circle's role, Combs relied on people like Christina Karam to handle his dirty work, including arranging drugs, bribes, and sex acts. Comey argued Karam knew about the crimes despite defense claims. Something else was the financial motives were debunked. Ventura already received, Cassie that is, a settlement. Jane and Mia had no lawsuits pending, and Mia testified under pseudonym, and wanted privacy, not fame or money. Jane still receives financial support from Combs, and making it illogical that she testify against him for money. The sex trafficking charges, only one proven instance of sex trafficking, a freak off or hotel night, is enough for conviction. Consent gained through coercion, force, or fraud qualifies as trafficking under law. Violence and commercial sex acts cannot be separated. Together they support the trafficking charge. Specific incidents were highlighted, obviously, when Cassie was beaten in 2016, that video. And then 2024, a violent altercation where Combs allegedly beat someone, and we use the name Jane as Jane Doe, allegedly beat her, then made her perform sexually with an escort. Control through financial dependency. Combs used money, homes, and career control to trap Ventura and Jane. We don't know who Jane is.
Right.
Even when victims appeared to benefit materially, it was used as leverage to control and abuse them.
Okay.
And so...
so these are all the breakdown of the charges.
Yes.
And this is the way to make the public and the jurors understand
Correct.
what the legalities are.
Correct.
And what he did that was illegal.
So,
actually illegal. Yeah, because to me, a lot of it was very blurred.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's good that they clarified everything.
Absolutely. If they want a conviction, they need to make sure that people understand that what happened was criminal.
Right.
You know, yeah.
And so what's next? The jury will have instructions. The jury instructions will be read on Monday, after which deliberations begin.
Okay.
So,
well, we shall see, and may justice prevail, and that's all I want to say.
I agree with you.
Because it's just, oh my goodness, so much. May justice prevail.
I agree with you. Just wanted to give everybody, an update.
Yeah. Thank you. Very good for that clarification. Thank you for going in and explaining. Good.
Moving on to something not serious at all, but it is always unfortunate when couples break up, or maybe it's not in this instance. Orlando Bloom and Katy Perry have officially split after years of off and on again. We do know, they do have a shared child together. It's not surprising to insiders. They were last seen together in March at the Vanity Fair's Oscar party. The reasons supposedly behind their split, long-standing issues resurfaced after the holidays, and their tensions increased after Katy Perry's Video Vanguard Award in September, as she prepped for new music, a tour, and a space flight. A source said it became easier to live their individual lives than together. Bloom is reportedly relieved and feeling like he's not his normal self again. He is currently in Venice while enjoying all of the Bezos and Lauren Sanchez wedding festivities. And we don't know. There was a rumor, you know Sydney Sweeney. We saw them walking together in Venice. She also attended the wedding.
With Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, we don't know if it's true or not, but they were together walking down the street.
Yeah.
And
whatever that means, in Venice.
Whatever. And she
they're
also...
in Venice,
they're in
walking
Venice.
together.
Right. And she also broke up with her fiance.
What a coincidence.
Right. So we'll see.
There was a singer back in the day, I'm sure he's gone now, called Hugh Masekela. He was an African singer, and he used to have a song called Coincidence.
Okay.
Was the name of the song.
This is,
of course, it was a political, but the name, and that's what I'm thinking of. That's a heck of a coincidence to be in one of the most romantic places in the world for a huge event. Okay, one of the wealthiest men on the planet. Festivities or wedding festivities, where all eyes are on Venice.
Yes.
Okay, and you happen to be there shortly after you broke up from your longtime love with an individual who recently broke up with their partner.
Right.
Coincidence.
And also, you know that I don't know how much you know about their relationship, but they got engaged in 2019.
Now they who?
Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom were engaged in 2019.
Yes.
And they had planned a wedding in Japan in 2020.
Good.
Now, there was, of course, COVID.
Good. Yes.
But, COVID
it is now,
not an issue
COVID's
at this
been
point.
over a couple of years or so now.
Right.
2-3 years.
And they have a 4-year-old daughter.
Well, wait a minute. But see, hold on. What did you and I always say about these long engagements? What did we say?
Bullshit.
Total Total nonsense.
Yes.
What do you mean engagements? You know who long engagements are for?
Children.
Right. People in high school. Right.
Teenagers.
Teeny boppers.
Yeah. Not children. Teenagers.
Teeny boppers. Okay. Once you're an adult, all these long engagements, what's up?
I don't even understand
up?
it. Well, because here's my issue with the long engagements. Because, like, I can understand it may take you a minute to have a big wedding because, you know, bringing everybody together and schedules.
And what's a minute?
10 minutes
when I got a lot of money.
The justice of peace or have a
But wait, pay. When I have a lot of money, how many minutes? How many months? When I have a lot of money, because you know, 9 times out of 10, money is the holdup for these big fabulous events.
She's only worth a couple $100 million. She can't afford anything.
How long do I need to wait? Right. All these empty castles, all these beautiful vineyards, all these wineries, all the most beautiful places, the most beautiful places in the world. You mean, and I can go anywhere in the world I want, anytime, and so can everybody connected to me because they're all rich too. Now, what's the holdup? I don't have the holdup that broke people have. Right. I don't even have the holdup that middle income people have.
And you know what? And honestly, like if they're trying to have a bunch of people, they have enough money to where they could pay for the people.
Please. So this is what I'm saying. What's the problem? One thing about money, it makes things a hell of a lot more convenient. Okay? You don't have as many inconveniences.
Right.
So this thing that I'm the filthy rich person and I'm waiting. What am I waiting for? I'm already in my career. I'm already in my career. Okay? He's in his career. We're not making career decisions. Right. Okay? You know, we're not job interviewing. We're not right out of college and looking for a job so we can pay our rent. We're filthy rich. We're very successful in our respective careers already.
They're only in their 40s.
Right. Okay. And they started this in their 30s or 40s or whatever it was.
Well, Katy Perry just turned 40.
Well, whatever. So they was in their 30s. So what? They're already filthy rich. Right. And you know, rich people mature quicker. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. They start to be the boss. They make boss moves much quicker. Okay? Sure. So now, why in the world? So let me tell you something, baby. You will never string me along for all that time. You may string me for a couple of months, a month or two. Because guess what? Because I know I got money like that. You got money like that. It will not take that long. You ain't stringing me along for no 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Okay, that's out of the question. A couple years, I'll give anything because I might want a couple years just to get to know you. You know, yeah, I might.
Well, listen,
I might.
They had been engaged since 2019. I don't even know when they even started dating. Yeah. That's a whole.
But all I'm saying is that I might. To me, a year is good enough. Not even 2, but 2, depending upon where we are, what's going on. The dynamics of the relationship. It could go to 2. But anything beyond that, if you are in high school, anything beyond 2 years, I'm looking at you sideways.
I agree with you.
I'm looking at you sideways.
I agree with you.
You know, I need to be looking for another lover. Shout out to Jody Watley. I need to be looking for a new love.
All right. Good.
Okay.
Good luck.
Okay.
Good luck. Okay. Good luck to the both of them. We're gonna get into the guest list,
which Orlando may have already found. But okay. Okay.
So let's get into who was actually on this guest list. Now, we don't have the official list, but we just have some names who attended the Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's star-studded wedding. Okay. Now, Kris Jenner and her man Corey Gamble, I guess they got back together. I don't even know. I don't follow.
Good for them. Good for them.
Bill Gates was there.
Oh, of course.
Cindy Sweeney, who we mentioned.
Lovely.
Orlando Bloom, who we just mentioned.
Wonder how they met up.
Sorry. Kendall and Kylie Jenner. Kim Kardashian.
I won't say anything about Kylie. Yeah.
What happened with Kylie?
You know Kylie didn't have on the right kind of gown, right?
Oh, did she have on the black one? Is that the one?
Not the black one.
Did I miss something? She had
white one.
She had on a white one? Well, she hasn't gotten married yet, so she may be trying to steal some attention away.
Okay.
So Kim and Khloe. Oprah was there. Ivanka and Jared.
Good for them.
Leo and his girlfriend.
Oh, he has another girlfriend?
Well, you know, they age out. He has to trade him in for a new model.
There you go.
Literally for a new model.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady. I don't know who he brought.
I hope somebody.
And Usher was there with his wife.
Good for
I thought
Usher.
that was odd. I was surprised that Usher was there. So I'm sure there were some other people, but those.
Why
are the
not?
names
He
that's
used
not-
Amazon.
He does use Amazon.
Mhm.
You're right. Okay, so let's get into some TV shows because you know we have a couple of things that a list that we have to go over that is very controversial. We also have to talk about Love Island. We have not watched Squid Game, the final season yet, guys, so we won't be able to talk about it on this episode, but we will catch you up next week. Okay, let's get into The Bear. Now, The Bear is back with season 4 and mixed reviews, although you have not heard our thoughts on it. Now, we have seen 6 of the 10 episodes that are out, and we will let you know our thoughts on the final 4 episodes next week. So, the first episode is Groundhogs, and the season opens. Pretty much we're seeing the pressure after pretty much mediocre reviews of the restaurant. And Oliver Platt, Uncle Jimmy, gives the team 2 months to fix the issues or risk closure. He also, Richie brings in new staff from last season, Jessica, Garrett, and Renee, to bolster the hosting team. Mm-hmm. And we're looking at Carmi, Jeremy Allen White, and he just looks like a zombie in this episode.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts on the first episode? What you remember from it?
Okay. I remember saying to myself, Carmi, which is his name, okay, Carmi has got to find his smile, okay, because it has left the room. He is not happy about anything, and he's totally oblivious to many things that are very important.
Yeah.
Things to do with the restaurant and things to do with his own life.
Yeah.
And he is somehow emotionally in a stupor. He's even the things that he somehow knows that he should care about, he's not able to be fully open and vulnerable. And I don't know what it's going to take for him to get there, but I'm hoping that somewhere before we get to the end, or by the time we get to the end, that he has started to open up and connect to his feelings.
Because he's very closed off. And
Absolutely.
It's just kind of
he's almost like a zombie-ish
Yeah.
kind of thing going on with him.
So moving on to episode 2, we get to see it's not a whole lot going on here, but we get to see the team outside of the kitchen, and we get to see Sweeps. He goes to find out more about learning about wine, to have a deeper understanding. That Sydney refers him to a woman. I don't know if she's a sommelier, but
yes,
that's what I would say.
Yes.
And then Carmi and Sydney, they have a phone call, and you can kind of tell that Carmi is continuing to furtherly distance himself from the restaurant, because he doesn't, like I said, he doesn't really have much interest. He doesn't really pick up on things that he really needs to do, and he's just kind of like, okay, well, whatever everyone wants to do. So it's just kind of sad. He just seems to be, his interest or love of working in the kitchen seems to be waning to me. Anything you want to add to that?
No, I'm in total agreement with you. I think it's temporary. I think he's behaving like that because, well, clearly he's unfulfilled in other areas of his life. But why is he not able to step out and pursue that relationship or that pursue that goal or whatever? Now that's the problem. Why is he so emotionally stunted? they need to show us. They need to make that make sense to us. What's going on.
And so it's good that you mentioned that. The next episode kind of, moves on, scallops, and this is the episode in which obviously we have the whole emotional conversation with Claire. Carmi has a Claire, where he just runs across the city pretty much, and talks to her, but doesn't really have much to say, and it feels like they break up, like there's closure, but it's not really closure. But I think Claire at least got something where she felt like this man does have some type of feelings for me. Is it enough? Maybe yes, maybe no, I don't know. Also a really poignant moment was when Richie orchestrated a surprise for a girl who wanted to experience snow, I guess.
Yeah, a customer. Yeah. And she was in remission with cancer, I think it was. And she was a young kid. Yeah. And that was beautiful. That was fabulous. Nice. And they went through a lot of trouble to do that.
And that was the critic. That was the night that the critic was there. They didn't know that the critic was there.
They did not know.
But the critic witnessed everything and saw that he wasn't just being, what do you call it? Not... You know how people kind of focus on you, that everyone was getting great treatment. There was no preferential treatment.
That's right. Everyone was treated well. Right. Yeah,
so that was good. That's some stuff happening in the background. Then we move on to episode 4, which is Worms, which was co-written by Io and also Lionel. Lionel is the pastry chef. Right. So they wrote this episode together, and this one really is focusing on Sydney's personal life, and she's visiting her cousin Chantel, played by the lovely Daniel Deadweiler, and she is her cousin is braiding her hair, and her cousin is funny as she realizes that she doesn't have enough hair to finish Sydney's braids, so she ducks out and asks Sydney to please watch her 11-year-old daughter, which is also Sydney's cousin too. And so Sydney kind of bonds with the cousin. Also, earlier in the episode, the guy Shapiro, is it Shapiro? Is his name Shapiro?
Yeah, Shapiro.
Shapiro wants Sydney to come to the space in which he's opening up his new restaurant that he wants Sydney to run. He wants her to come check it out, and Sydney doesn't even really explain how everything goes with the braids, but so she just puts on a hat and goes to look at everything at the restaurant. Obviously the restaurant is a work in progress. There's nothing actually there.
It's basically his vision.
Yeah, and I'm not feeling him at all.
But he has the space.
He has the space, and he has
the money.
And he
says he has the money, right?
But I'm not feeling his heart. I'm not feeling that that's a good place for Sydney. He feels
I think he's looking at it as a business venture.
Yeah, I'm not feeling him. Go ahead, ma'am.
Oh no, I'm in full agreement with you, and I think that Sydney's going to ultimately decide to stay with Bear. I mean, because that's what it is. Because Bear is way more like real family. Yeah, and everybody there is like all heart. Yeah, all heart. Business when they have to be, but they're like 90% heart. So. I think she's going to stay there. And it was very good to see her on the outside, to see that she does have some other family connection apart from her father. They're not as close as they should be in terms of spending time together, but a lot of warmth and love that was shown among the three ladies. And I thought it was a good episode.
I did too. I thought it was very cute. Then we have episode 5, and this episode is obviously at the midway point, and I think I like the episode because they bring in Luca. I like Luca's chemistry with Marcus. I like his chemistry with Sydney. And he was there, brought in Carmi asked him to come to help out, Marcus pretty much. And the chemistry between those three, I like it a lot. I don't know if there's any type of sexual chemistry, but I'll just leave that alone. But I just enjoy watching them. We do get to see the baby, but we haven't quite seen Carmi with the baby yet in this episode. Or does he hold the baby? Maybe he does hold the baby in that episode.
He does hold the baby.
Okay, he does hold the baby.
But we haven't seen significant bonding yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. But any thoughts on this episode?
Well, what I think I didn't comment on, which I think was the episode before this one.
Sorry.
Oh, no, maybe we're into this one. I forgot. You're better at keeping track. When he actually did go to see Claire. I didn't comment on that.
Oh, that was like episode 3.
No, but I didn't comment on that. And what I wanted to say right there regarding that, good. A little self-awareness in there. A little bit.
Yeah.
He showed. A little bit of openness in there. Teeny bit. A little crack.
Yeah.
Okay, he needs to kick the door wide open.
Oh, 100%.
Okay? Little crack. I was frustrated because he went there and he somehow bumbled through or stumbled through saying he was sorry, apologizing. It didn't seem to be such a really sincere or deep apology.
No.
It was sort of, well, I'm here, I have to say something now. But it was never him coming out saying all he really feels. I didn't get the I love you, can't do without you. I love you, but I don't, this but.
Yeah.
When you put this but after love, I don't know if it's even still really love, but it's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the way he spoke to her.
Oh, yeah.
That frustrated me because it took all that for him to even acknowledge her
right
after all that had happened. And then when he got there, he seemed like he just punked out. He just seemed cowardly once he got there.
Yes.
And I didn't like that. I did not like that.
Yes.
Because you're not going to fix the problem until you acknowledge a problem.
Right.
And in his case, if he doesn't speak it, we have no idea that he's thinking it because he doesn't behave it and he doesn't speak it.
Right.
So I was very frustrated with that piece. That's all. I meant to mention that part.
No.
Because that was a big piece of it. His relationship with Claire, and then when he does make an overture toward Claire, he is half-assed.
It is, and so and I think that is obviously. I wasn't expecting to see Claire again so soon. We see her in episode 6, which is entitled Sophie, and this is where we get to see, unfortunately, Cindy's dad had a heart attack, and we see her coping with everything, and she, unravels, obviously, but she's close with her dad. Her dad loves her, and everybody in the restaurant loves her and was there for her and, supporting her. And so is Sophie, who, comforts Sydney, tells Sydney all about everything that happened with the dad. So it's just kind of an interesting episode.
Sophie?
Not Sophie.
You mean Claire?
Claire.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then we get a little bit more of Carmi holding Sophie in this episode, and we can't wait to see all the stuff about Francine because Sugar is not happy with somebody named Francine. She can't stand that. She blacks out with the mention of a Francine.
Right. So we'll see what that all is.
Yeah. And we also know that Carmi changed the partnership agreement, but nobody knows what was on that
what's in it
agreement.
yet. Right.
So listen,
I'm thinking it's going to be more favorable towards Sydney.
Oh yeah, I think this is a decent season. I don't think it has gotten up to the level that the first and the second season was, but I think it was better than season 3. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Okay.
Your thoughts?
My thoughts is that I find it pretty much steady, going at a steady pace. But guess what? Mm-hmm. It's very engaging. Okay? Mm-hmm. It's not riveting, constant action, but it's at a steady pace. It's a slow burn. You got me? And I think it's going to just ignite into a full fire before it's over. You know, in a good sense, in a good way.
Yeah, so we'll
That's
see.
what I think.
We'll see.
In other words, I'm engaged to the extent that I'm continuing to watch it.
Oh yeah, me
every
too.
Episode,
I just feel that it hasn't gotten up to the first or second season, but better
I
than
think
last.
they're going to get there. I think they're going to get there.
Okay, so we're not gonna talk about BMF this episode because we still have a couple of things that we really need to get into, and we'll catch up on that for next week. But I wanted to get into Duster a little bit because we're already at the penultimate episode of Duster, and a whole lot of stuff is going on. If you guys have not checked out Duster, you are doing yourself a disservice. Go check it out. It is on HBO Max. Really, really good. So, and this is dealing with a lot of stuff in the 1970s, including the Watergate scandal. So, in this episode, we have a big reveal. Saxton's mysterious $1 million purchase is revealed to be like the smoking gun tape tied to Nixon's eventual resignation. So we find that out. Nina, she is manipulating Royce, Saxton's son, because he has a crush on her, so that she can get information about the Russian deal. I'm trying to think what else. I like who was it? The woman that works in the office, FBI office, the black woman who kind of was giving Nina a heads up that, I
don't know her name, but she's like cleaning staff.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the guy is following her?
Brooke what's his name? Something with a B. Something.
Is it Chad?
Oh, no. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
So anyway,
right.
There's just like a lot of good things going on. And then for Billy, has been suspicious of Nina for a while, and unfortunately he finds out from the bad cop who is not dead in the hospital,
which we had thought he was dead. But...
Right, that Nina is leading an investigation. So. What are your thoughts on the season so far, the last episode?
Oh, Duster is so many things are going on at one time.
Mm-hmm.
I think somewhere in there it's explained how Saxon did not kill, what's his name, Billy's brother. Mm. Okay, I think we got that somewhere along the line in there through his explanation. Something that we thought happened did not happen. Anyway, the bottom line is that I don't think... wait a minute. Oh, there's a piece where Howard Hughes is in there. A person playing Howard Hughes. And I think that
part.
I think that it turns out that Howard Hughes sort of gave some information to let them know that what they thought had happened with the bombing and all that was actually... He named who it was. I don't know if he said it was like government officials. I don't know if he said it was the CIA or something. Yeah, but he gave an explanation, and now some people are saying, oh, Howard Hughes, he's too loony at that time, and other people are saying, no, he's totally credible when it comes to that. So I don't know where they're going to land on this, but they already put it out there that it didn't go down. A couple of those killings didn't go down the way we thought, and everybody thought they went down. In other words, Saxon didn't commit a couple of those bombings that they thought that he had been responsible for.
Right.
So something along those lines happened, and I was happy about that. I don't want to say too much. I don't know if I'm supposed to say
you
too.
Can say whatever you
well,
want.
I was not happy when our girl was abducted.
Right.
I wasn't happy about that piece.
Well, why would you?
So I don't know. So a lot going on. Although just a whole lot going on.
There is a whole lot.
And they're too casual. The way they talk, their conversation is too casual.
Yeah, I
because
agree.
they got the young girls, stuck in the trunk of the car, and she's sitting there hearing and listening and getting involved. They're really very indiscriminate in the way they talk, around everyone. So I that part is a little bit hard to believe that they wouldn't even lower their voices or go into another room or just nothing,
Yeah.
So that part is kind of like, oh, wait a minute, it would never go down that way. But overall, I'm loving it. Overall, lots of action, and I'm loving it.
Really, really good. Obviously there's some, issues there with, things that don't make sense, but that's how all of these pictures are. But overall, the writing is really good and the acting is good, and I'm enjoying it. Okay,
Me
so
too.
check it out, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Ma. So we need to get into. So we're not gonna be able to do all of this. We're gonna do half of it now, and then we'll do the other half on next week's episode. But we will get into Love Island.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a list that people are scratching their head. The top 100 best films of the 21st century. So I'm just going to run them down from 100 to 50, and then we will get into 50 to number 1 on next week.
So that's where we're going today? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
At number 100, we have Superbad, which is, Jonah Hill and Michael Cera. I don't understand how that's there. You can comment if you agree or not.
I already know I don't agree. No.
Memories, number 99, Memories of a Murder. This is a South Korean movie. I have to recuse myself from this because I don't know that film.
Nor do I.
Number 98, Grizzly Man. Never heard of it. I'm going to skip that one. Number 97, Gravity. We do know that one with Sandra Bullock and George Clooney. It was okay. I thought it was overly hyped.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like they were just showing that Sandra Bullock maintained her slim figure. That's all I saw with that one.
Okay. Number 96.
No, I mean, right. Dude, is that the one where she was floating around in space?
But that was on, yeah.
Yeah.
But they all do that. That's
okay.
nothing.
Well, I'm saying that's
she did nothing spectacular.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. All you saw was her floating around in underwear.
96 is Black Panther, which obviously Black Panther was great. I think it should be up higher.
Okay.
Number 95, The Worst Person in the World. Don't know that one.
No.
Number 94, Minority Report with Tom Cruise and Colin Farrell. It was entertaining.
Okay.
Number 93, Michael Clayton with George Clooney and Tilda Swinton. I actually like that one.
What was the name of it?
Michael Clayton. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Number 92, Gladiator. Should be up there higher than that. Russell
92?
Crowe.
It's down that low?
Yeah, Russell Crowe and Joaquin Phoenix.
I thought it was really good.
Number 91, Fish Tank. Michael Fassbender. I don't even know this film. In 2000.
Keep it moving, daughter. Me neither.
Number 90, Frances Ha. Greta Gerwig. Mickey Summer. I don't know this one. Number 89, Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway. It was okay. What you thought?
So.
Okay. Number 88, The Cleaners and I. Skip. 87, The Fellowship of the Ring. Elijah Wood, Ian McKellen, Viggo Mortensen. I just wasn't a big fan of The Lord of the Rings, but I can understand it being on this list.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Just popular, yeah.
Number 86, Past Lives, which just came out in 2023 with Greta Lee. I thought it was overhyped. I didn't think it was that great.
I didn't think it was that great either.
Number 85, a funny choice, Anchorman with Will Ferrell and Christina Applegate. It was funny. I thought
it was cute and funny.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a great film. It was definitely entertaining. 84, Melancholy with Kirsten Dunst. I did not see this. Number 83, Inside. Ewan Davis, did not see that one.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Oscar Isaac, it may be good. Oscar Isaac and
He's
Carey Mulligan.
Good. He's good.
And she's good too, Carey Mulligan. Mm-hmm. 82, The Act of Killing, did not see that one. I'll just skip that one. 81, Black Swan. We know that one was with Natalie Portman.
That one was good. That one's pretty good.
That one was good. I give them their credit on that. Okay, so we'll go from 80. Let's try to go fast for these. We don't know. 80 is Voltaire with Penelope Cruz. I didn't see it, but I think.
What's the name of it?
Voltaire. I didn't see that. I think she probably did a good job. I know she was nominated for an Oscar for it.
Yeah.
Number 79 is Tree of Life with Brad Pitt and Jessica Chastain. I don't remember being that crazy about it, although I like both of them.
Me too. Same thing. I don't remember the film.
Yeah, it's about life and family struggles. 78, After Sun, with Paul Mescal and Frankie Corio. I did not see it.
Okay.
77, Everything Everywhere All at Once with Michelle Yeoh. I enjoyed it. I don't think
You did.
enjoyed it.
I didn't like it.
Number 76, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
That was good.
It
George
was good.
Clooney.
Yeah, and George Turturro.
It was quirky.
Number 77, Amour. I did not see that one. That is a French movie. Don't know. 74, The Florida Project. I don't think we watched that one. I heard it was good with William Dafoe and Brooklyn Prince. Did you see that one?
I don't remember that one. William Dafoe, though, is good.
Yeah. Ratatouille, the animation. It was cute.
Yeah, for, cartoon.
Number 72.
I'm just not, fulfilling the rats cooking food, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have that ride, the Ratatouille. I
Yeah.
ride that.
I got it.
Number 72, Carol with Kate Blanchett and Rooney Mara.
I thought Carol was good.
Yeah.
They have so few films on lesbianism. I thought that was really cute.
Mm-hmm. Number 71, Ocean's 11. It was fine.
Yeah. For a non-original, movie.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number 70, Let the Right One In. It's a Swedish film, so I'm going to skip that one. 69, Under the Skin. This is a Scarlett Johansson picture. I don't even know what it is. I'm going to skip that. 68, The Hurt Locker. I thought The Hurt Locker was really good.
I thought it was
Jeremy
good
Renner
too.
and Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, I thought it was sad, but I thought it was good. Yeah.
67, Tar. This to me was overhyped with Kate Blanchett. She gave a great performance, but it was just too much.
I didn't like it.
I'm with you. Number 66, Spotlight with Michael Keaton and Rachel McAdams and Mark Ruffalo. That was pretty good. Number 65 was Oppenheimer. I did not like Oppenheimer.
I know,
everyone loved it.
just contrary to popular opinion, I didn't like it either.
Gone Girl with Ben Affleck and Rosamund Pike. I like that.
But that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was had a couple little twists in there. That was interesting.
63, Little Miss Sunshine. I did enjoy Little Miss Sunshine. Steve Carell, Toni Collette.
Yeah.
62.
Well, that was sort of a charming movie,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
62, Memento with Guy Pearce and Carrie-Anne Moss. I remember Memento and I remember liking it.
Okay.
Number 61, Kill Bill. I liked Kill Bill.
I loved Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Volume 1 and 2.
That was volume 1. All right, so we have 10 more for now, and we'll come back. At number 60, Whiplash, Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons. I remember liking Whiplash.
Yeah, that was when J.K. Simmons, wasn't he nominated for something for that?
He was. He may have won.
Yeah, okay.
And then Miles Teller kind of went away for a bit, and then he came back as Top Gun. Remember? Top Gun. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 59, I will skip this, a German comedy. Number 58, Uncut Gems, Adam Sandler and Lakeith Stanfield. It was decent. Don't know why it's up this high, but it was, decent movie. Number 57, I never saw Best in Show with Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara. Have you seen it?
Is the Best in Show, what was that about?
A mockumentary.
About the dog show?
Yes.
Yeah, I do think I saw it.
Did you like it?
Yes, I thought it was very cute.
Number 56 was Punch Drunk Love. I did not like that.
I saw it. I didn't like it. It was just about alcoholism. Yeah. Yes. I wasn't feeling it.
Number 55, Inception. I did like Inception. Leonardo DiCaprio, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and formerly Ellen Page, who's now Elliot Page.
Yeah. They're making a lot of fast moves, a lot of quirky moves with that one. It was okay.
Never saw Pan's Labyrinth, so we'll skip that one. Number 53, Borat. I kind of enjoyed Borat.
Yeah, me too. I think he's very. I think he's good.
Yeah, he is good.
Yeah, I think he's a good writer. You know, I think he's good. He's different.
Yeah.
You know. Mm-hmm.
Number 52, The Favorite. I didn't like The Favorite. Olivia Colman, Emma Stone, and Rachel Weisz.
I did not like The Favorite either. I thought it was silly.
It was too overly hyped to me.
Yeah, I didn't care for it.
51, 12 Years a Slave. She would tell.
I didn't watch it. I didn't
Michael
watch it.
Fassbender.
I have to tell you, I didn't watch it.
I watched it.
I didn't want to see it.
For what it was good.
Yeah.
But
I didn't want to see it.
I didn't want to see more.
I was just turned off from the whole thing.
But it was well done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then at number 50, finally, we have Up, and I enjoyed Up. That was an animation I didn't enjoy, but Edward Asner.
Up was so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Up was cute.
I really enjoyed that.
Up was. I mean, it was the cartoon, but it was adult.
Right. It was completely, stuff that adults can take away from it and really, really enjoy.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I thought it was just a very charming, charming movie.
So we'll continue, with the, I guess, starting at number 49 on the next episode.
Okay.
We're going to continue.
49 through 1.
Right?
Okay.
Now, let's get into Love Island USA Season 7. I think I need to finish my little toast here for this one because it's always...
Me too, daughter.
All right. A lot of drama. Okay. Now. There was a lot of recouplings going on in this last episode, man. A lot, right?
Yes.
Okay, so as we get into it, and please guys forgive me because we have a lot of people here. So who is left in the game and who do we get rid of? Because we got rid of a lot of people. All right, so we got rid of, first off, let's see, who do we have as a couple? So Ace.
That's the easiest way.
Yes. So
right?
Ace and Chelly, they ended up as a couple. Now Chelly had two people who were after her. That's Ace, of course, and then it was not Brian. Was it Jaden or was it another one of the Zacks? There's so many people. I think it was Zach. It was Zach that was interested in Chelly, and Chelly chose to go with Ace. And I really don't like that she went with Ace because I think, and this is my theory, and the theory that's floating online, we don't know if it's true or not, that Ace and Chelly knew each other, more so than what they say before they came into the villa. And they are strategically playing this game. And so that is my issue with Ace and Chelly. What are your thoughts on them as a couple?
I don't know about whether or not they're strategically playing the game, because to me they all, as opposed to other people who are not doing the same thing, I think they have an advantage because they knew each other before. I think that's the thing. I think that gives them somewhat of an advantage because they knew they were coming and they can plan, and they can talk. And without, whatever, without interference or anything, they can just actually sit down and plot that we're going to do A, B, and C. Even to the competitions, even when it comes to the the games that they play, they could even pre-plan that to a certain extent.
Right.
So I feel they have a clear advantage because they knew each other, not just because they're being strategic, but because they already knew each other. Mm-hmm. So, and like they say, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. So if I know everything already, then I can,
I'm in total agreement with you.
Yeah. So that's where I think things are not so good or so equitable when it comes to Chelly and Ace. Okay. So I have that, and how genuine anything is between them. See, that's another thing we don't know. So, Chelly and Ace, why weren't you two together? To what extent were you two together? You know, what is really going on? We don't know what's going on with that. We don't know what's all going on with that.
Right.
So, I'm not just really that fond of them as a couple. I don't think that they're that genuine as a couple. You know what I mean? I'm looking at them sideways.
I don't think that they're that genuine as a couple either. I think that they're playing the game, and I think that's what we are seeing. To me, you know, Ace is very smart and strategic, and Shelly, I don't know.
Yeah. So, you know, we shall see. We shall see.
We'll see.
But we kind of always, we know what Ace is doing. You know, we always know that Ace is going to come back to Shelly.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know, however many other bombshells come in.
He's going to come back.
Yeah. You know, so.
Okay. So, you know, and I would hate to see them win again like they did with Cordell and Serena. I need them to come up with a different plan as to who they pick for their winners. Moving on. Amaya and Zach. Now, I like my girl Amaya, and you know, I think Amaya is very sweet, but I also think that Amaya is very emotional, and that's fine. That's totally fine. It's good for TV. I don't like her picking Zach. I would have preferred that she picked JD, because JD allows her to be who she is. Zach, to me,
good point,
is always, to me, looking at her kind of funny when she is in her Amaya moves.
Right.
And
he's
also,
gonna. Well, see, I think it's good that he shuts her down sometimes when she's going. Well, sometimes when she's going too far. But here's the thing about it. He's going to want her to be way more reined in than she is.
Yeah.
And that's where your point is overall the best point.
Yeah.
The right point. Because she's got to lead her life. Now, she may be quiet sometimes when it's really, you know, out there. But she has that personality. And there's a part of her that's she's going to retain.
Right.
And it's going to be Amaya. And you got to be ready, willing, and able to deal with that. And that's where your point is dead on, 100% correct,
right,
that she needs, what's his name, JD.
She needs JD.
You're 100%. You're 100%.
And
Zach is a nice, sweet guy, but not for her.
He's trying to stay on the show, and he's friends with Miguel.
Oh, well, he is trying to stay on the show.
I didn't get that.
Miguel, you know, you mean adore Miguel?
No, not that adore. The one that's with Leah. I know you're joking, but all right, let's move on. Adrina and Brian, nothing with them because we knew that they were going to stay together. They haven't showed them much. It hasn't been much excitement. They just kind of click with each other.
They're just kind of cruising along.
Right. Okay, now this couple here, Austin and Jaden. Austin, I tried to like Austin, but Austin is not giving me what I want him to give me. You know, him and Jaden did kind of have a serious kind of talk, because she was talking about her diabetes, and he was talking about he had heart surgery
when he was a little baby. Yeah,
right. So that was serious, but I just don't think that Austin is that deep. And I don't see this really working out too much. That might give, you know, just some of the things that came out of Austin's mouth. Austin does not sound like somebody that is the smartest person in the world. That's all I have to say about it. What are your thoughts on Austin and Jaden?
Austin, I don't know. The jury's still out on Austin for me.
Okay.
I do think that Jaden is a sweet person. Mm-hmm. And I think that if he's going to have a chance with anybody, you know, on Love Island, it's going to be somebody, Jaden or somebody like her, with that type of personality. Right. Because based on just him, he's basically a goofball, and he has to find somebody who's willing to embrace a goofball.
Oh, 100%. Oh my god.
So you know.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's it. That's it.
100%. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I just don't know. We'll see what happens with them. I don't have a problem with Jaden at all. I like Jaden. She seems fine, what she's given us so far.
Right.
Austin, I wish he would give a little bit different than what he's given us, but he's given us more than, say, a Grayson and a Pepe. They gave me nothing. Pepe needed Hannah. Grayson and Pepe are not exciting to me at all. I barely even remember they're on the show.
Pepe is displaying a lot more subdued character than I thought he was going to
that
bring.
Pepe name is not
he's not bringing Pepe energy.
Nah.
Okay?
Nah.
He's bringing, let me just sort of fall back and see if I can just sort of float through and hang out to the end.
Right.
And boom, all of a sudden emerge victorious. You know, that kind of thing.
That's what I'm getting.
You know, yeah. So, you know, I would like to see a little more activity coming from him and his partner.
Right.
So we already kind of know Pepe a little bit. That Grayson or whatever, she just came in, so we really don't know anything about her.
Right. And then the other couple that I think is not very exciting, you know, TJ, he had to choose between Iris and Vanna, and he chose Iris, which makes sense.
We already know Iris is cool as hell.
Yeah.
Now, one thing about Iris is cool, but she lets you know right away. She's supportive and she embrace you and and you know, you go over here, do what you gonna do. I understand, I'm going over there and do what I'm gonna do. But you better understand it like that. Okay?
Yeah.
She's very sweet and very nice, and she's letting you know in a nice way. I respect and appreciate and you know everything that you're doing, but please know the same applies to me.
Yeah.
And I like that about Iris.
I like that about her, but I just.
But don't.
They're not that her and TJ are not that exciting.
No. But she's nice and she's good and everything. But she also will step on away from TJ.
She will. Yeah.
She absolutely will.
I just wish I got more from them.
Well, TJ's never been given that much anyway.
Yeah.
Iris, in her subtle way or her cool way, has been given much more.
Okay.
You know, she's been given much more. I mean, just with her involvement with other people.
You're right.
She's been given a lot more.
You're right.
Remember, Iris saved Jeremy in a certain way.
She did.
You know, yeah.
Okay, so let's get into our final three couples. So, before we talk about the major couples.
Okay.
No, Chris and Hutta ended up together. So Hutta was scrambling at the end because JD. Now I'm not a Hutta fan at all. Okay. What the hell was wrong with JD? Why did he come for her? Why did he come for Hutta like, oh, you're aggressive, you know, in the kissing challenge?
You like to be dominant. You're too dominant. I don't like to be dominated. I don't know.
To me, that was just real crazy.
I don't even know.
Have he not seen Hutta before? He's seen her. He knew who she was, and it's a challenge. They're trying to win.
Right.
Why would
Hutta being dominant in that situation an issue? Why is that even an issue? So, I don't know.
That was real crazy to me. That was real crazy. That's fine. But Hutta, you know, she tried to make it seem like Chris came to her when she talked to Shelly, and it was Hutta going to Chris because she was scrambling to stay on the show because she knew that she didn't have any connection at that point. And she's like, oh, da, 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 da. So she talked to Chris, and Chris
they did the quick shuffle and came up with something for them both to stay on the show.
Because Chris knew, he's like, I know, like, I'll be a fool pretty much if I don't think that Shelly's gonna go back to Ace. So so let's see. So I'm not getting anything from them, but Hutta, we know, brought the drama. Period. Right. But I'm not really getting anything from
that. Hutta is managing to still be on there,
and no Jeremiah. Makes me sad.
Right.
But that's all right, Jeremiah. That's all right.
That's right. Things have a way of working themselves out.
100%.
Okay.
Okay. And so here we go with the last two couples. So this was really dramatic. Okay, because all along we know that Nick and Olandria have been technically, they were out without a partner, and so they partnered. Nick Olandria, they did that, and like I said, that is a hashtag that has been going on since the beginning, because people were just like obsessed with the way they were kissing each other during the challenges, and you know, people like to see a good swirl. I don't blame them. I'm in a swirl myself. But no, in all seriousness, every swirl is not meant to happen. I did not ever see really that they were into each other that way. Because if they were, they would have been pursuing it. It's just that simple. No one stopped them from pursuing that. They stopped it. Now, I don't have a whole lot to say about Nick critique for this episode, because Nick did what he was supposed to do for the most part. In this episode, he shut it down, although they didn't need to have that kiss in the last episode, but he shut it down, and so did Olandria. Yeah, and he talked about
mutually shut it down. Yeah,
he talked about how he was thinking about Taylor, and he was thinking about Sierra, and that's what he should have said.
Right.
Olandria's like, yeah, I'm with you and that, blah, blah, blah. She was just 10 toes down for Taylor, a.k.a. Steve Urkel, that some people have called him online.
I appreciate the comparison.
Someone who gave her nothing.
Right.
And
that's how I saw it.
Very clear.
That's exactly how I saw it.
Not into you. It doesn't matter how you look and how you look to the masses. He's not into you.
Absolutely not. And when that became so clear is when it's just like a woman is going with a man for a long time and she wants to get married, and he's like, I don't want to get married, I'm not having it. And then they break up, and 2 or 3 months later he's married to some Sally up the street or whoever. You know, it was the same thing. They were together for a Love Island time frame, a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
And slow burn and all these other euphemisms for excuses. Okay.
Right.
As soon as he got with what's her name?
Clark.
As soon as he got with Clark, whoop-de-doo.
Right. And
I'm kissy poo.
Yep.
I'm lovesy dubsy. I'm horny Taylor.
Right.
I'm everything.
Not like that with her. Right. With Olandria at all.
With Olandria, it was we good buddies. We funny partners. We everything except sexual partners.
And it was very obvious.
Everything. Right. We this.
He went in with
wait a minute.
Clark.
Oh, we taking it slow.
And why are you taking
it easy?
At what point? Listen, I do not advocate for any of these people having sex on TV, and especially having sex when no one has said that they're closed off and early on. But you can kiss the man.
Oh,
what's a kiss?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we are, just getting to know each other. And Olandria, yeah, I'm that type of person. I'm slow. I'm this, I'm that. But wait a minute now. Did it ever dawn on you to look at her? She's so slow and she don't want to do this and she doesn't want to do that. But wait a minute. Then when they put her in, so-called paired her up or attempted to make a couple between her and Nick, she is good friends with Sierra. Okay? Yeah. But wait a minute. Didn't she ram her damn tongue all down his throat?
She did.
Wow.
And why did she do that?
Right. What happened to your standards then?
And then you're saying you think of him as a friend.
Well, I'm not doing that. I'm not ramming my damn tongue down no friend's throat.
Right. And then, for no reason, did she just that to me seems
if I'm ramming my tongue down your throat like that, I'm looking at you as a potential sex partner. Okay,
but what happened? But she put his.
But I mean, in my mind, but I've already said I like you. I'm going to see how this goes as a sex partner. That's what I'm looking at you for.
But it just is not making any sense.
It didn't make no sense at all. Taylor was not doing any of that stuff with her,
right?
And they still was slow, even after 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever it was. But when he met up with Clark. Oh, the first and second day.
That's right.
Whoop-de-woo, whoop-de-woo.
And then Nick has always been on brand that anybody that comes in, he's going to make out with
Well,
him.
he's bad about it.
And everybody is the most beautiful person that he's ever
Oh,
seen.
yeah.
So
Every woman that walks there, they're the most beautiful person you ever seen. So we know he just lined from the top.
Right. Right. So he was going to be about it. But,
right.
So
right.
I don't put much in him.
I didn't. But I'm looking at her too.
Yeah.
You know, why you doing that? You saying you know it ain't there. You saying you good friends with Sierra. You saying you love, running up and down the stairs crying because she can't be with Nick over there in Casa Amor.
And she didn't tell. I noticed she did not tell Nick.
That was a total setup. Good call.
She didn't say that.
Good call,
how Sierra was going through it.
So that was some strategy right there.
Right.
I'm not even going to put that in the game. I'm not even going to let you know that she's over there pining over you.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to tell you that because... Let's see how me and you do.
She mentioned how she was over there coupled up with Elan and didn't mention the fact that, she didn't even...
She misses you. She misses you.
And wouldn't kiss Elan outside of the challenges.
Right. No. She was plotting right there.
So
she was plotting right there.
I wasn't feeling... And I like Olandria. I want Olandria to have a good experience here, but she's moving foolish.
Yeah, you know what? And I didn't like it the way she said... I've even asked Taylor, what can I do to make things better? What you mean, what can I do? What the hell can he do? You can't do anything. Either he likes you or he doesn't.
He's been around you long enough.
No, you don't need to do anything. Know what you need to do? Shout out to Jody Watley again. I know why that song was a hit. I'm looking for a new love. I mean, I was a child or whenever it came out, but I barely remember it. But I'm looking for a new love, baby. That's what you should have done. You should have been talking to and getting to know, and what they say, pulling for chats.
Right.
Every other person out there to see what it was.
And there was other people that liked her, and she just all about Taylor.
Yep.
And it makes me think, are you about anybody? Because you see how Taylor is.
You see how he's treating you. What's going on?
He's just not. And it is okay. He's like, it's going to take a bad bee to come up here. Taylor's already gotten.
Guess what? The bad bee has arrived.
Because that's who he's into.
That's right. The bad bee has arrived. And I don't care how they move. You. And listen, going forward, Peg, I don't care how they move, how the producers try to hook this up and whatever they're doing. He has shown it's already out there. He's much more in the Clark than her. Forget 100%. They can send Clark home. They can do whatever they want to do. He doesn't like Olandria anymore.
No.
It's just that plain and simple. And they saving her, talking about, ooh, this that girl, ooh. Well, she better not be there pining over
That's what I'm thinking.
Taylor. She don't need to be there. She don't need to be there over there talking about he might change his mind. He's not changing his mind.
Are they gonna have?
He's not changing his mind.
Are they gonna bring in a bombshell for her?
I don't know what they're gonna bring in. I don't know what they're gonna bring in. But he was acting off of purely how he felt, because see, he let everything be known because he didn't do that with Olandria. And it was nothing stopping him. He'd been sleeping with her all the time. That was the first one he hooked up with. None of that. And she asked him what was up and blah, blah, blah. And could he move a little more aggressively, sexually, or whatever language she used. She did, and just it didn't happen. But as soon as he met, Clark, bam, that was it. So anything else they do now, we know is bogus. Trying to put him back with Olandria, we already know it's out there.
Right.
It's out there.
Right.
So it ain't like he was doing the same with both of them. He was just absolutely not doing that with Olandria.
Okay. Listen, I'm with you 100%. If there's anything, we need to just talk a little bit about Nick and Sierra. What do you think about them moving forward? I also don't like one thing I forgot to mention. Olandria, yeah. She's gonna need to pull Sierra aside and tell her, because Nick told Taylor. No, not Nick told Taylor. Olandria, I guess, told Taylor that she kissed Nick.
Yes,
and I think for Taylor, he didn't even react.
Well, he wasn't concerned about that.
No.
He's pursuing Clark. He's not
But I think that,
with that.
Sierra's going to need to talk to... Not Sierra.
Alandria and Sierra. She needs to come clean because
Yeah.
that's supposed to be her girl. Yeah,
Right,
she should tell her.
Because Nick might tell before
she does.
Before Alandria does.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Alandria, listen, if Alandria is about being standing on business and all that, well, she's really standing on business, she wouldn't have done it. But okay, let's just say that's her. That's her honesty or whatever. That's her being true to herself. So be it, whatever that means, okay? She needs to own up to whatever she did.
Right.
She needs to go. If she's the woman that they all raving about and think that's so much they girl and she's this and she's that, then she needs to step up and tell Sierra, me and Nick kissed and we find out that it ain't that. So, and Sierra could take it like, okay, maybe I might not appreciate your kissing, but I appreciate you eliminating yourself as a possible person to interfere with our relationship.
Right, and she could say, and just be a woman about it.
Yeah, there you go.
What do you think about Nick and Sierra's relationship? Like I said, moving forward.
I think Nick really likes Sierra, and I think Sierra really likes Nick.
I think they like each other.
I do too.
We'll see how it plays out.
Whatever they do, I don't know, but I think they like each other.
Okay. Anything else you want to add before we do everything?
No. Let's just see how this all unfolds, because guess what? We could be here another 2 or 3 hours talking about if we go, Yeah,
because we got some other stuff too. We got some other stuff coming in about Perfect Match. We got Big Brother coming up.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing some deep dives, guys.
So let's just see how everybody handles their handle. We'll see how they do, right?
Yes. Who was the MVP of Love Island this week?
The MVP?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think.
I'm going to give it to Taylor.
He was the MVP?
Yep.
Why?
Because he just said, I don't care what other people think, this is who I like.
Okay.
I think, he said, I know I'm probably going to be hearing all different things and this and that from the ladies mostly, not the men, because the men saw it and kind of already understood, some of them,
Yeah.
some of them. I think it was him. I think he said, I'm pulling the covers off. This is who I like. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I give him the MVP. He did the hard thing. He did the hard thing, right?
Yeah. I'm torn, so...
I mean, you may not like what he did, but I think he did the most courageous thing.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. Alandria Taylor don't like you, but there's many men that do. And some of them are in that villa. Okay. 3 things.
There you go.
3 things that made you smile.
Giving you 4. Family first. The sun, the stars, the moon.
I'm going to go with family as always. I'm going to go with friends. And I'm going to go with sports.
Fabulous, daughter. Fabulous.
All right, Ma. I need you. Is there anything that you want to say before we go?
Yes. Everybody, to thine own self be true. Reach out and touch somebody you care about. Somebody you have been, refusing to reach out to. Reach out and touch somebody you care about. Life is too short and too long to be unhappy.
Okay. I agree with everything that you said. Thank you guys for always continuing to support the Bamgboshe Happy Hour. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube page. All Things Phase You, home with the Bamgboshe Happy Hour, guys. We appreciate you. We'll be back with a brand new episode on Wednesday, right before the 4th of July. Stay safe. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out full episodes of the Bamgboshe Happy Hour podcast, streaming on most platforms.